Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. The ACLU backs Trump in fight against D.C. judge's gag order. Wow. Yeah. Even the ACLU, who hates President Trump's guts, I mean literally hates his guts, is saying what they're doing to him is unconstitutional. You know, just how wrong can you be? Let's read on. And I'm going to show you some Truth Social posts from President Trump concerning the trial and the gag orders. The American Civil Liberties Union on Wednesday said it will file an amicus brief arguing the limited gag order imposed on former President Donald Trump in his Washington, D.C. election interference case is unconstitutional. So is the one in New York. He's fined so far 5,000, then 10,000. I'm hoping, and this may sound crazy, but I'm hoping that they find him in contempt of court and try to put him in jail. They will be a crap storm like you've never heard before. On the same day, federal prosecutors asked U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan to reinstate the currently paused gag order, stating the order is necessary to prevent Trump from targeting witnesses. Trump has a demonstrated history of using inflammatory language to target certain individuals in a way that poses a significant immediate risk. Bullshit. And that reminds me, the trial in New York has no jury. Immediate risk that witnesses will be intimidated, Special Counsel Jack Smith's team argued in court papers filed Wednesday. So him picking on the prosecution as being ridiculous, and they are, and having all the criticism of what's going on is going to have a risk and intimidate witnesses? How? I don't get it. In the ACLU's proposed brief, senior staff attorney Brett Coffin wrote that Trump has made statements that have been blatantly false and have caused great harm to the countless individuals, as well as to the republic itself. Yeah, I told you, they hate his guts. But Trump retains a First Amendment right to speak, and the rest of us retain a right to hear what he has to say or not hear what he has to say. Trump has used his social media platform, Truth Social, to launch a barrage of insults and criticism at the prosecutors, witnesses, and judges involved in the case with him. Now, let's take a look at those Truth Social posts that he has. He got 3 of them. Now, this is the first one. The judge in New York State Attorney General case refuses to accept the overturning of his decisions by the appeals court. Yeah, they're going against other court rulings. It's amazing to me. And there was a motion to dismiss today because Michael Cohen said, President Trump never asked me to lie about the value of his properties. This is the first in the history of the state. He has gone crazy in his hatred of Trump, and also their star witness just admitted his statements were a big lie. He broke down in court. The radical left judge said he doesn't care. He's still trying to protect racist AG Letitia James, who has no case, lost the appeal, but as a tyrannical and unhinged Trump-hating judge. She campaigned for Attorney General on I will get Trump, and she did. Raising tons of money on it, too. Long before she knew anything about me. This is judicial misconduct. Yeah, at a scale that I can't even tell you. Coupled with the prosecutorial misconduct, and somebody from the state of New York must step in and stop this complete and total miscarriage of justice. Now, they're not. I live in New York State, upstate, not New York City, thank God. It's a full blue state. Not as bad as California, but pretty close. There's nobody here in this state that's going to stop it, at least not at the state level. Somebody federal is going to have to step in. And, of course, there are federal charges now filed in Washington. This looks like one of the federal courts or the Supreme Court is going to have to get in. The Supreme Court is going to be making a lot of rulings concerning President Trump and upcoming trials and charges and indictments before next November's election. Believe it. Now, this is the second Truth Social, I don't almost call it a tweet, but he calls it a truth on Truth Social that came out. The radical left judge who should not be handling the fake and fully discredited case brought against me by the New York State Attorney General, it should be handled by the commercial division, but should never have been brought. Fined me $10,000 yesterday under his so-called gag order. He's a judge that found me guilty before the trial even started. He did. Said Trump was a bad guy, he said. And long before he had the real facts, like Michael Cohen collapsing and choking yesterday under cross-examination and completely admitting that I did nothing wrong. He committed massive perjury at a level seldom seen on the stand before. It was like watching the end of the best Perry Mason episode where the defendant breaks down and cries, "Yes, I did it, I did it." This case should be ended now. And then they did a motion to dismiss just after Cohen testified, and that was denied, of course, by the judge. Now, but this judge and his boss, Attorney General Letitia Peekaboo James, I love this guy, will never let that happen. He refuses to accept our big win in the appeals court. It is a disgrace to the legal system in the state of New York. This is a rigged case, and it is. They know Donald Trump will never go to jail. They might dismantle a lot of his money, but he'll never go to jail. It's like the death of 1,000 cuts, like getting pecked to death by ducks. Pick it over time, it wears you down. And so far, Trump is holding his head up high and fighting back. Now, this is the third Truth Social post that he put out. The New York State Attorney General's case against me is dead, but the radical left judge refuses to end it. He just can't let it go. Their star witness lied like a dog on the stand today. You gotta love this guy. And then admitted that it did nothing wrong. A total sleazebag. Letitia James should focus on violent crime, which is out of control, and it is in New York City, in major cities around the country, and especially New York. So unfair. I don't even get a jury trial. The blight on the New York State judicial system, and it is. It's a blight on the system, it is. People don't believe in the system as it is. Even people that had Donald Trump's guts know this is wrong. Businesses are watching all over the world and never coming in, only moving out. The governor should get involved. Yeah, Hochul will never do it. Election interference by my political opponent. This is election interference on a scale that stupefies the mind. It's true. And just because it came from Trump doesn't mean it's not true. But Trump retains the First Amendment right to speak. And he's right. Trump has used his Truth Social platform to launch a barrage of insults and criticisms at the prosecutors, judges, and witnesses involved in the cases against him. He's got that right, and frankly, the criticism, whether you don't like his tone or not, aren't wrong. You notice they said none of it he said was untrue. That's interesting. On October 17th, Chutkan, that's the judge in D.C., imposed a partial gag order on Trump, blocking him from making statements targeting special counsel Smith, his staff, witnesses, and court personnel. You can't call the prosecutor that has false charges against you a piece of crap. That's unconstitutional. The judge said the former president is able to criticize the Justice Department in general terms and has the right to post his view in that case against him as politically motivated. However, she also said Trump cannot post attacks against prosecutors or court staff. The person that's trying to put him in jail, he cannot criticize. It's amazing to me. Trump has appealed the order, asserting it violates his free speech rights. And Chutkan on Friday issued a stay pending his appeal. The former president has since returned to posting about the special counsel and witnesses. The ACLU argues Chutkan's order is too vague and on its ban on targeting the special counsel, potential witnesses, and the substance of the testimony, because it could be read such that Trump would violate the order by merely mentioning those people. The civil rights group also targeted the order as too broad because it covers Smith, a political official, which makes him fair game, and the substance of any witness's testimony, which may be highly relevant to the 2024 presidential campaign. Trump has a commanding lead in polls of the 24 Republican presidential primary, and there's the amicus briefs that were filed by the ACLU. While the ACLU acknowledges that First Amendment does not protect incitements to violence, which he has never done ever, even on J6. Threats or other unlawful speech, the group says the gag order placed on Trump is insufficiently justified because prosecutors have not shown a serious threat that his speech will threaten the administration of justice. Yeah, running his mouth. I mean, people that hate his guts go, oh, Trump's got a big mouth. Having a big mouth is not against the law, folks. If that were true, there'd be a lot more people in jail than out of it. No modern-day president did more damage to civil liberties and civil rights than President Trump. That's the people that are suing on his behalf are saying that. Even if we allow his free speech rights to be abridged, we know that all other unpopular voices, even ones we agree with, will also be silenced. That's exactly right. Said the executive director of the ACLU. As much as we disagree with Donald Trump's policies, everyone is entitled to the same First Amendment protection against gag orders that are too broad and too vague. And there's the judge in the Washington, D.C. case. It's amazing to me. Trump attorney John Lauro said the ACLU makes very strong and compelling legal arguments for preserving Trump's First Amendment rights. Many of these important legal points are also made by our team as well. The ultra progressive left ACLU said Trump is being crapped on by judges. Think about that for a moment. Oh, gosh. On Wednesday, the special counsel team responded to Trump's motion to stay. There's never been a criminal case in which a court has granted a defendant an unfettered right to try his case in the media. That's absolute bullshit. Total bullshit. I mean, we can go through the Rittenhouse case and all kinds of other cases, and they ran their mouth at all the mainstream media, every single thing, lie upon lie upon lie, and nobody told them no. Malign the presiding judge is a fraud and a hack. Well, he is. Attack the prosecutor as deranged and a thug. Well, he's acting like a thug. They wrote pointing out that Trump has been stated that one of the witnesses' actions warrant the punishment of DEATH. I don't think he said that. I've never seen it. If anybody knows, post a link in the description showing where he said that. Meanwhile, Trump was hit with a $10,000 fine on Wednesday for violating separate gag order imposed by New York Judge Arthur Engoron. Here's another piece of crap. In the civil trial stemming from the New York Attorney General Letitia James. And there was a partial gag order and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's amazing to me. On Wednesday, Engoron asked the former president to take the stand during the civil trial and discuss statements Trump made to his press earlier in the day about a person who's very partisan sitting alongside the judge. He made a comment concerning the judge's law clerk who sits up there with a bench with him. Very unusual. In my understanding, she's a big Hillary Clinton ally. There's a surprise. I've been in many courtrooms, and we've seen many videos of trials. I have never, ever seen a law clerk sit with a judge during a trial, ever. So the judge assumed Trump was making fun of the law clerk like he did before. And after the back and forth, the judge ruled that Trump was referring to his law clerk, which Trump denied. Trump said he was referring to Michael Cohen, who was sitting next to the judge in the witness chair. And the judge says, I don't believe you. You're a liar. $10,000. I hope and I pray that he ends up on contempt charges and they try to incarcerate him. Can you imagine the crap storm that will happen from that? The Secret Service will close down the entire jail. They have the legal authority to clean it all out. They are required by federal law for special protections for former presidents, and they all get them to this day. Carter, Bush, Clinton. You know, they all get it to this day. Obama, they all get it to this day. And we're going to have to see if they have the balls to do it. I think Trump is goading them for them to do it because the crap will hit the fan. You don't forget something. In the last 6-8 months, as these charges piled up and all these court hearings and all this back and forth nonsense, Trump's poll numbers actually went up. You try to put him in jail, the election will be over long before it starts. You know, F around and find out. I wish Trump would say, you know, F you. I'm not doing it. I can say whatever I want. This is a free country. At least it was at one time. It doesn't look like it anymore, at least for some people. What do you think? Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.